Introduction to icebergs. Icebergs are large, floating masses of freshwater ice that calve from glaciers and ice sheets. They are significant features in polar regions and play a crucial role in Earth's climate system. Understanding how icebergs form and why they float involves exploring the processes of glacier formation, ice calving, and buoyancy. Formation of icebergs. Icebergs form when chunks of ice break off from glaciers or ice shelves and enter the ocean. This process, known as calving, occurs when the ice at the edge of a glacier or ice sheet becomes too thick or unstable, causing it to fracture and break away. The resulting icebergs are often large and can vary in shape and size. Glacier and ice shelf dynamics. The formation of icebergs begins with the accumulation of snow and ice on land. Over time, layers of snow compress into glacier ice, which flows slowly towards the sea. In some regions, glaciers extend into the ocean, forming ice shelves. When these ice shelves become too thick or unstable, they break off in large chunks, creating icebergs. Why icebergs float? Icebergs float due to the principle of buoyancy, which states that an object will float if it displaces a volume of water equal to its weight. Icebergs are less dense than seawater because ice has a lower density than liquid water. As a result, only about 10% of an iceberg's mass is visible above the waterline, with the majority submerged. Density of ice and water. The density of ice is approximately 0.92 grams per cc, while seawater has a density of about 1.03 grams per cc. This difference in density is why icebergs float. The ice's lower density causes it to displace more water than its weight, allowing it to stay afloat. Iceberg size and submersion. The size of an iceberg affects how much of it is visible above the waterline. Larger icebergs will have more of their mass submerged compared to smaller ones. The visible portion of an iceberg is influenced by the iceberg's shape and the water's salinity, which can affect its buoyancy. Iceberg drift and melting. Once icebergs calve from glaciers, they begin to drift with ocean currents and winds. As they travel, they gradually melt due to warmer seawater and atmospheric temperatures. The rate of melting can be influenced by factors such as water temperature, salinity, and the iceberg's exposure to the sun. Environmental impact of icebergs. Icebergs play a role in the global climate system by affecting ocean circulation and sea level. As they melt, they release fresh water into the ocean, which can influence local salinity and sea level. Icebergs also provide important habitats for certain marine species and can impact shipping routes. Iceberg observation and navigation. Understanding iceberg behavior is crucial for navigation in polar regions. Icebergs can pose hazards to ships, and their movements are closely monitored to ensure safe maritime operations. Satellite imagery and ice monitoring systems are used to track iceberg locations and predict their drift patterns. Conclusion. Icebergs are fascinating natural phenomena formed through the calving of glaciers and ice shelves into the ocean. They float due to their lower density compared to seawater, with only a small portion of their mass visible above the waterline. As they drift and melt, icebergs influence ocean circulation, sea levels, and marine ecosystems. Studying icebergs helps us understand their role in Earth's climate system and the challenges they present to navigation.